Well, thank you, everybody. It's Friday afternoon, and we're uh, celebrating Friday's Heroes and Employee of the Week, which we do every Friday. And it's just one of my favorite times of the week because it gives us an opportunity to talk to our community that we serve about all the great men and women who go out every day, risk their lives on behalf of the neighborhoods and the community for public safety, and also some of the great employees that go out every day and make this a great city and a great place to live. So today we're going to start with Friday's Heroes, which is Eddie Torres, and he's with the Albuquerque Fire Department. Chief Breen is here with me today to celebrate firefighter Torres. We're honoring him for his sense of duty and his service to others that extends far beyond Albuquerque. This past summer, firefighter Eddie Torres took a much-deserved vacation in Nevada. While lounging by the pool, lounging. Is that what you're doing?
That's what I
Lounging?
did.
Yeah, those long
That's
Bermuda
it.
shorts on.
That's
and,
all I did.
Yeah, I know how it is traveling with a family. It's not a whole lot of lounging, but okay. But he was lounging by the pool when something went wrong. Other people that were there enjoying the day went into a frenzy when it was discovered that a young 3-year-old girl was drowning in the pool. His firefighter instincts kicked in, and Eddie quickly rushed to her aid and found that the girl was blue and pulseless. He snatched the girl up, placed her on her back to clean out her airway. He then administered rescue breaths and compressions until the girl discharged water from her lungs and was able to breathe once again. After a few moments, she was able to talk and communicate with Eddie, and then slowly recovered from the situation. Not only was firefighter Torres in the right place at the right time, but his training and service to others was vital to saving this young girl's life. We've got a whole department full of folks like Eddie Torres who go out there on duty, off duty, even in this case when he wasn't in town to save lives. And so you're a great ambassador for our city, a great ambassador for firefighters, and I know your family's awfully proud of you, and we are too. So I want to have Chief Breen say a few words, and then we have our Friday's Heroes coin that we will give to firefighter Torres. Chief Breen.
Thank you, sir. This is a really remarkable event with a miraculous outcome. And Eddie is one of these bigger-than-life personalities. He's a dedicated 16-year professional. He's an outstanding firefighter, a skilled EMT, and most recently he's been selected to be one of our fire investigators and attend the Law Enforcement Academy. And so he's really an outstanding firefighter. We're very proud of him, and it's our honor to recognize him today as one of Friday's Heroes. So,
Thank you, sir.
well done.
Please introduce your family. I know you've got firefighting runs in the family, I
Yes,
understand.
sir. I'm a second generation. This is my father, Eddie Torres Jr. One of 3 kids. This is Zachary, and my beautiful wife, Stacy.
Well, we appreciate you very much, and we have these Friday's Heroes coins that we commissioned for this purpose. This is a small token of our gratitude and appreciation for all that you do for us, and congratulations on saving this young woman's life, and she's got a lot of days ahead of her because you were there at the right time, at the right place. So we appreciate you very much, and
Thank you very much.
Have a wonderful holiday season, a Merry Christmas, and a wonderful 2014. We appreciate you very much.
Same to you.
Well, today's Employee of the Week, actually, I think most of the 6,000 employees of the city of Albuquerque can thank Tomas for bending the mayor's ear. And I'll tell you the story about that in just a minute. But before I do that, I'll tell you a little bit about Tomas Rivera. He started off as a temporary employee back in March of 1994, working at the solid waste department at the recycling center. Showing to his merits, Tomas became a permanent employee with the city of Albuquerque Transit Department. He then later moved back to the Department of Municipal Development in the Street Maintenance Division, where he has been ever since. Moving up through the ranks, he has completed all levels in street maintenance trainings and his certification programs, and he currently holds the positions of Operation and Maintenance Supervisor. And being with the city for 20 years almost, Tomas has dedicated a great deal of his life to making the city of Albuquerque a great place for all of us to live and raise our families and start businesses. Just a great, we're a great American city, and we have a lot of folks that go out and make sure that stays that way. He recognizes the hard work that his fellow employees put in every day, and he's a real leader in the department. So the story that I wanted to talk today about a little bit was Mike Reardon, who's our Director of Municipal Development, does a really nice job with his employee appreciation days, and they have barbecues, and it's all of our departments do that. We have a very familial workforce at the city. People like to hang out with each other on duty and off duty. So I, as a mayor, enjoy always going out and getting a hamburger or more with the troops out there in the field. And I was out at DMD one day, and Tomas was sitting next to me. I just happened to sit down next to him at the picnic table, and I was eating my hamburger, asking him how things were going. And he said, "You know what? They're going good, and thank you for asking." But he started talking about doing something for the employees of the city of Albuquerque. As you know, we spent the last 4 budget years, and we've had to cut almost $160 million from budget shortfalls. With our first budget, the first year I was mayor, we had almost $100 million situation that we had to handle in the first few months. And what we did is we cut pay across the board for all of our city employees. And we did that for a couple of reasons. Number one was because we needed to balance the budget, and we don't have the ability to print money. And we saw that cities around the country were laying off employees. I think several 100,000 employees have been laid off during the Great Recession. We didn't want to lay off employees. We didn't want to slash city services. We didn't want to go out and raise taxes at the same time. So we did that. The good news is we just finished our third budget year where we've been able to offer some kind of raise for almost all of our employees. But Tomas was saying, it'd be nice to do something. Maybe an employee appreciation card. Maybe give the employees an opportunity to go out there and with their families and use some of these great resources that we have between the biopark and our golf courses and museums and other things. So I came back to my office and I sat down with John Soliday, who's our Chief Operations Officer. And I said, "John, is there something we can do to work that out?" And we looked back in history, and the city has done things like this in the past, some things, and we decided to do an employee rewards program that gives us an opportunity to recognize all of the great work that our employees do every day. So the employee recognition card is this is a little bit of a mock of it. Will grant all employees one free entry for themselves and a guest to the biopark and the zoo, to city swimming pools, to the Museum of Art and History. An employee can also play a 9-hole round of golf at the Ladera Golf Course with their employee rewards card. In order to use the card, an employee will simply present their rewards card along with their city identification to any of the participating locations to enjoy some of the great facilities that we have. The card represents about $50 worth of city activities for our diligent employees that go out there every day and work hard. And with the help of Tomas, the city of Albuquerque is now able to show its appreciation year-round to our employees. So starting on January 1st, each city employee will receive their punch card to start enjoying the great attractions that we have to offer to folks that visit Albuquerque and those who live in our great city. And so it was neat for me to go out, and I learned so much when I go out and talk to the employees in the field, and I walk around and I get a chance to see how things are going. And Tomas had a good idea. It's taken us about a year to get to this point, but we're here. And so I guess any city employee that sees you for a little while ought to say, "Hey, thanks for bending the mayor's ear on that." But I want to have Mike Reardon say a few words about you as well, and then we've got some certifications for you. So,
Okay. Thank you, Mayor. It's always a great honor to have a DMD employee honored at this event. It's a great thing you've done here. And I've worked with previous mayors, and everyone tries to make the attempt to go out and talk to employees, and it's almost like checking a box, you feel like. But when Mayor Barry comes out, you lose him in the crowd. He just goes out there and he talks to employees, and this is a perfect example of what comes out of that. This table in front of us, a lot of good ideas are thrown out here, but when you're out talking with employees and really feeling what this first line of defense for us is and our basic services that we provide to the city, that's where you get the best knowledge and the best way to understand how you run a city. Tomas is better at forecasting weather than Kristen Van Dyke or Mark Ranchetti, because every time he's on duty, we get windstorms and snowstorms, and so he's on duty on Friday night tonight too. So just so you know, it's going to snow or rain tonight. But he's one of the first people I call when I'm out and need a service out there. Trees down, wind blowing, flooding going on, and just a great city employee, a great story, long-term city employee, beautiful, great family that I hope you can introduce the mayor's thing. And we also do have the other coin if you want to explain. So what public art did a few years ago in 2012 is we helped them identify where the center of the city was geographically back in 1912 and then again in 2012. And they made a manhole-sized cover art piece to identify each location. And we went out and made a medallion size example of the same manhole size cover that's out there. So it's got a art piece for the 2012 version and the 1912 manhole covers that are out. It moved from 4th and Gold in 2012 to 3rd and about the interstate in 2012. So we actually moved east over the 100 years. Everyone thinks we're going west, but we went east first. So interesting. So this is just a small sample token of the center of the city coins that are in those two locations right now. And I'll have the mayor present that with you with all the other goodies. And
Go ahead and give that to Tomas, and I'll sneak behind you
All
there.
right, there you are, sir.
Tomas,
Thank you, Tomas.
Thank you, thank you.
Thank you. For Employee of the Week, we have a coffee mug that we give out with the award on there. We also have a certification that we give for Employee of the Week, and also a letter for your personnel file.
Alright,
And
great.
and I just want to say thank you very much. And Mike really kind of hit it on the head. You know, I spent most of my career in construction, and a lot of the great ideas, if not most of the great ideas, come from the folks that are out there doing the work. And a couple of years ago, we started a program called ESA, Efficiency, Stewardship, and Accountability. And you've been to Friday's Heroes award ceremonies where we've given out bonuses to different departments based on savings that employees have been able to come through with. And the employees of the city of Albuquerque, since I've been mayor, have been able to come through with almost $14 million in savings for the taxpayers of Albuquerque just by being more efficient. And many of those savings are recurring. One of our very first ones was with the Albuquerque Fire Department. A firefighter determined that there was a way to purchase bandages and the things that firefighters carry to ensure that the expiration dates were a full year versus taking on inventories that had less than a year expiration date. That by itself saved $750,000. So this is just a great example, and that's why when Tomas mentioned this to me, I know the kind of hard work that you guys put in after we had the big storm in July, and all those, you know, thousands of trees were down. We had a little mini hurricane basically come through Albuquerque. Our crews were out there. They were in neighborhoods with senior citizens. They were helping people that couldn't help themselves. We've got firefighters saving lives, officers, police officers saving lives. So we just want you to know that we really appreciate what you're doing. And thanks for giving me a great idea. It's your idea, and all I did was brought it back to the mayor's office, and we got it figured out. So would you like to introduce your family real
Thank you
quickly?
for
We
everything,
appreciate
yes.
you very much.
Oh, yes.
Thank you.
This is my wonderful wife, Diane.
Good.
My beautiful wife, my daughter, Amanda.
Yeah,
This is my son, right here, Tommy,
Tommy.
and his fiancee, Jeanette.
Well, nice to meet you. You
Nice
guys
to
should be
meet
real
you.
proud of your dad. He's
Oh, very
Yeah,
proud.
he's a great guy. So
Very
we
Yeah.
appreciate you
great
very
guy.
much.
Very much,
Thank you, sir. Appreciate it.
Thank you, Mike. Appreciate it.